All right, folks, give me 5 time. And, you know, we've done so many of these, and usually we wind up, when push comes to shove, focusing on the outrageousness of the media. But, of course, since the election of Donald Trump, the media has just gone totally off the rails. They've been off the rails for years, decades, but totally off the rails. Let's start with something here. Sean Spicer the other day said that even Hitler didn't use chemical weapons against his own people. Now, he apologized. He clarified that at the same press conference. He apologized later, and yet you have all kinds of people want him fired. How dare he? Watch this.
Well, the problem is, and I don't like it. First of all, I'm rather dovish, but I don't like what I'm going to say, but it's true. If you basically lied, put down a red line and say, don't use chemical weapons, and it's been enforced in the Western community and around the world, the international community for decades, don't use chemical weapons. We didn't use them in World War II. Hitler didn't use them. We don't use chemical weapons. That's no deal, although we do know that Assad's father did.
So Chris Matthews said Hitler didn't use chemical weapons. Now, I know he's not the spokesman for the president, but nonetheless, when Chris Matthews said it, nobody could care less. That's the way it works. Always remember, if you've learned one thing, always remember, the left, Democrats, liberals, they could say whatever they want, and it's fine. A conservative or Republican, especially a white male, says the same exact thing. Oh, my God, fire him, destroy his life. He's a racist, he's a bigot, he's a homophobe, he's an anti-Semite. That's the way the world works today. If you've learned anything, I hope you've learned that. Now, that's not the only example. This guy, Bill Weir from CNN, in response to Donald Trump launching and dropping the mother of all non-nuclear bombs in Afghanistan against ISIS, watch this. Here it is. Uncomfortable, he puts out. Football as a war metaphor. The size of the bomb is directly proportional to a team's desperation and rarely impacts the score. In other words, this is a reporter. He's not a commentator like me. He's supposed to be whoosh, right down the line, like Mr. Cuomo on CNN says he's Mr. Right down the middle. And here he is saying that dropping the bomb shows our desperation. He's analyzing, and he's analyzing against Trump, against the administration, against his own country in the war on terror, a war on ISIS. But that's what they do. This is a guy who once put out a posting also criticizing a website on Fox News, affiliated with Fox News. I think it's foxnation.com. He used a very nasty, vulgar term aimed at them and their followers. These are the people who parade around as journalists and reporters. Never believe them. That's the rule of thumb. Just go in and say, I don't believe them, and then do your own research. Because they're slanted, they're phony, they're fake, and they're out to give you fake news, usually by omission. It's usually what they don't say that is dangerous. They don't put things in context. They just say this or that, and you say, oh, my God, he did that? Yeah, but other presidents did it. Shh. Yeah, but other people have said it. Shh. All right, wait, we're not done. I want you to see Jeffrey Lord say this.
I want to say something here that I know will probably drive Simone crazy, but think of President Trump as the Martin Luther King of healthcare.
Oh, Jeffrey.
When I was a kid, President Kennedy did not want to introduce the Civil Rights Bill because he said it wasn't popular, he didn't have the votes for it, etc. Dr. King kept putting people in the streets in harm's way to put the pressure on so that the bill would be introduced. That's what
Jeffrey,
finally
you do
worked.
understand that Dr. King was marching for civil rights because people that look like me were being beaten. Dogs were being sicked on them. Basic human rights were being withheld from these people merely because of the color of their skin. So let's not equate Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., a humanitarian and Nobel Peace Prize winner, to the vagina-grabbing President Donald Trump.
Yeah. And this woman crying about Jeffrey Lord daring to bring up Martin Luther King Jr., in my opinion, is nothing but a racist. Why do I say that? Remember this?
That is not what we need, in my opinion. We don't need white people leading the Democratic Party right now. The Democratic Party is diverse, and it should be reflected as so in our leadership and throughout the staff at the highest levels, from the vice chairs to the secretaries, all the way down to the people working in the offices at the DNC.
Yep. Yeah, we don't need white people running the Democratic Party. From the top all the way down to the people in the offices. White people, get out. And there she is. Oh, you said Martin Luther King Jr. Oh, these people get it. And I don't mean, when I say these people, I don't mean black. I mean left. They get away with whatever they want. Now, speaking of that, Bill Maher. Do you hear what Bill Maher? This is actually Joe Scarborough. Joe Scarborough, watch.
How fascinating that Vladimir Putin, if he thought he was going to influence politics in America, it hasn't turned out that way. Other than he's got Ann Coulter on his side. So he's got that.
Whoa.
But other than that, it's not working out very well for Putin.
Yeah, Putin is a man, shall we say, of consummate predictability.
Oh, wait, and Sean Hannity. He's got Sean Hannity on his side, too. By the way, the last hour, now in Russian. But go ahead.
Joe Scarborough is a disgrace. He is a disgrace, in my opinion. He's no conservative. Him and Mika sitting there trashing Trump. Sean Hannity, a gratuitous attack. Ann Coulter, Putin, they're on Putin's side. They called Trump all kinds of names, an authoritative dictator, all this kinds of stuff, racist, but disgrace. Bill Maher, who is a minority owner of the New York Mets, said this.
Today is a day Republicans are happy. They got their two favorite things, a right-wing on the Supreme Court and Trump finally blowing some up.
Called the newest Supreme Court justice a right-wing blank. I won't even say it. What difference does it make what it is? If you have HBO, you're paying his salary. I don't have HBO. And by the way, Rush Limbaugh couldn't be in the booth at ESPN. Rush Limbaugh couldn't buy an NFL team. This guy owns part of the New York Mets. And he could say whatever the heck he wants because he's on the left. Period. Now, I know he got in trouble once after the war started. I know that. Folks, this is an oldie but a goodie. I take you out with this. It's a blast. It's always been a blast. Watch.
Mr. Trump, you've called women you don't like fat pigs, slobs, dogs, and disgusting animals. What do you have to say about that?
Trump said hello, I think I'm going to run. But he said that before and it was only just for fun. They said he'd never disclose his funds, but when he finally did, the establishment was stunned. He's Trump, he's in your head. He's Trump, a Republican. In the first debate, Trump was singled out. They said he'd eat his words, but he ended all those doubts. 24 million people tuned in. That never could have happened if it wasn't for him. He's Trump, he's in your head. He's Trump, is that what he said?
I don't frankly have time for total political correctness. They're losers. They're just losers.
I will be the greatest jobs president that God ever created. I'm really, really, really rich.
Somebody's doing the raping, Don.
I will build a great, great wall.
You're fired. You're fired. You're fired.
Trump has made a few questionable quotes, but that's because he has no fear of rocking the boat. He's got a wife that's a perfect 10. Is he going to make America great again? He's Trump, he's in the lead? He's Trump, will he succeed? Can Donald Trump be president? I think so. Can Donald Trump be president? I think so. Can Donald Trump be president? I think so. Can Donald Trump be president? I think so.
That's it. That's a wrap. Thanks.